Good afternoon, students. We already have started the chapter current and electricity, and we have done up to the difference between the EMF and terminal voltage, difference between the EMF and terminal voltage. Now we'll start from internal resistance of a cell. In a cell, like this is a cell, there are two types of resistances there. One is internal resistance, one is external resistance. Like here you can see a circuit. There is two electrolytes is there, and there is a circuit connected to the terminal. What happens inside the circuit? What happens? There is a flow of ions is there from one electrolyte to another electrolyte. That's why there is an internal resistance is also there, and here one external resistance is applied. This is an external resistance which is applied here, but due to the from the movement of the ions from one electrolyte to another electrolyte, there is some internal resistance offered by the electrolyte present in the here. That is known as internal resistance. Try to understand. The resistance offered by the electrolyte inside the circuit, that is known as internal resistance, and external resistance means that is applied from the outside. Here you can see from the picture, this small r is internal resistance which is offered by the electrolyte, and that's capital R is the external resistance which is applied from the outside. So due to the internal resistance, there will be a voltage drop. This is equal to I into R. R is the internal resistance. Okay, let's go to the details. So total resistance come out from the circuit, capital R plus small r. Capital R means the external resistance, small r means internal resistance. Now I equal to, we know that V by R. Here V means EMF of the cell, that is E written, total resistance R, capital R plus small r. So from that I got EMF equal to I into capital R plus small r. Here voltage, actually voltage, this V is terminal voltage, that is measured from terminal. Look at that, we are going back again. If you are measuring the voltage from these two terminal, that is capital V, or that is known as terminal voltage. If you open the circuit and then measure, that is EMF. You know the difference, you already have the idea about EMF and voltage. If you measure the terminal voltage, that is, if you connect the circuit and measure the voltage from two terminal, that is terminal voltage. If you open the circuit and then you measure, that is EMF. So EMF is equal to, we know that, I into R plus R. Terminal voltage, as there is no internal resistance, as we are measuring only the terminal voltage, that's why this V equal to I into external resistance. And voltage drop due to the internal resistance, V equal to small I into small r. So I got from these two equation that EMF equal to terminal voltage plus voltage drop. So from that I got voltage drop equal to EMF minus terminal voltage. And there is some equation from that. Here we can make that R equal to, R means internal resistance equal to voltage drop by current, and voltage drop here I measure EMF minus terminal voltage, so EMF minus terminal voltage by I. Now I equal to V by R again. So I got the equation came, the small r or internal resistance equal to EMF by terminal voltage minus 1 into external resistance. That formula can be usable in the for solving the numericals. Now what are the factors that affect the internal resistance? Number one, the surface area of the electrodes. We know that in the circuit there is two electrode used, that if the surface area of the electrode is more, then internal resistance will be less. If that is less, internal resistance will be more. The distance between the electrodes If you increase the distance between the electrodes, greater the internal resistance. If you decrease that, internal resistance will be less. The nature and concentration of the electrode, what type of electrolyte we are using, on that factor internal resistance also depends, and also that depends on the temperature of the electrolyte. Higher the temperature, less the internal resistance. Less the temperature, higher the internal resistance. Combination of resistor. Now in a circuit, we combine the resistors in two following way. That is one of the formation, and the another formation you can see from here. This formation is known as series connection, and this combination is known as parallel combination, as the resistor is parallel with each other. What is the difference between series and parallel? Here you can see that current flow is same in everywhere, because the current is not dividing at all, only voltage is dropping in each resistance, but the current is same everywhere. That means from each terminal there is same amount of current is flowing. But in case of parallel, you can see that I voltage is coming, but that is divided into three groups: I1, I2, I3. This is the actual difference between parallel combination and series combination. Now how to calculate the total resistance? Like in the series, you just have to add the resistance. In the series connection, like here, if that is given, R1 is 5 ohm, R2 is equal to 6 ohm, R3 is equal to 8 ohm. So what is the resultant ohm? If it is in series, you just have to add them, 5 plus 6 plus 8. So the resultant came 19 ohm. This is easy. But in case of parallel circuit, how you can measure? Like there is in parallel circuit is there, you can see that if the circuit is like that, if the circuit is, I am drawing a circuit, okay, I am drawing a circuit. Here is 5, it is 6, it is 7 ohm. Now how to calculate the resultant resistance? In that case, if I assume the resultant resistance is R, then that is equal to 1 by 5 plus 1 by 6 plus 1 by 7. Now find out the LCM of 5, 6 and 7. 210. That is 42. That is 35. That is 30. So I got 72 plus 77 to 147 plus 47 plus 30, 77 and 30, 107 by 210. So I got 1 by R equal to 107 by 210. So R equal to 210 by 107 ohm. This is the process of calculating the resistance in parallel combination, and this is the easy process. If that is applicable if the combination of resistance is in series. Okay, there is many maths you can find in this chapter, how to find out the resistance. Okay, I am explaining some of them. Okay, now expression for equivalent resistance, you can see that from here. 1 by R equal to, I have written directly, they have calculated how that formula came. These are not important. Now from example you have to solve a sum. There is lots of example is there. Like here, the resistors of 6 ohm, 3 ohm and 2 ohm are connected together so that total resistance is greater than 6 ohm but less than 8 ohm. Draw a diagram to show this arrangement and calculate the total arrangement. three resistors 6 ohm, 3 ohm, 2 ohm are connected together so that total resistance is greater than 6 ohm but less than 8 ohm. How can you solve the matter? This is only possible. Look at that. Here we have joined 2 ohm and 3 ohm in parallel. So what will be the resistance in the previous way? I got that is 1.2 ohm. Now this 1.2 ohm or this resultant resistance I have joined with 6 in series. So the result is 6 plus 1.2, that is 7.2. So I got the result between, which is more than 6 but less than 8. Now if you join them all them in parallel, the result will be different. That will be less than 6. But if you join them all in series, the result will be more than 8. So in both cases there is difference. That's why they have taken two series. 2 ohm and 3 ohm is connected in series parallel, but 6 ohm is connected with that in series. That means, and in that way we got the result 7.2 ohm. There is other math, you can see that from book. Like one more math is here, there, look at that. In this chapter you have to solve this type of math. Two resistors 4 ohm and 6 ohm are connected in parallel. The combination is connected in 6 volt battery of negligible resistance. That means internal resistance is not there. Total resistance of the circuit, the current through the battery, the current through the each resistor. Draw this. First I have to calculate the resultant resistance. 1 by R equal to 1 by 4 plus 1 by 6. In that way I got 2.4 ohm. Let the current is I. We know that I equal to V by R and V is given here, that is 6 and we got that R is 2.4, so we got I is 2.5 ampere. Now here I got the I, but I is different in the both terminal, as I is divided into two group, I1, I2. For I1, formula is V by R1 and V is same 6, R1 is 4, that is 1.5. And similarly current through 6 ohm resistor I got 1 ampere. So note that here I can get that I equal to total I got 2.5 and I1 plus I2 is also 2.5. There's many more examples in the book. Okay, let's check this. A cell of EMF 1.5 volt, that means EMF is given here. Internal resistance 1 ohm is given, connected to the resistors of 4 ohm and 20 ohm. There is two resistors is there and there is a battery, there is a resistance which are having, this resistance is drawn and that are having internal resistance of 1 ohm. Now you have to calculate the current in the circuit, potential difference across the resistors, potential difference across the cell, the voltage drop. Voltage drop equal to I into R. First you have to calculate I. Okay, let's check. First calculate the resistance R1 plus R2 plus, you know that is internal resistance, plus R. So I got 25 ohm. Now current then equal to I equal to EMF by resistance, that means 1.5 by 2.25 equal to 0.06 ampere. So potential difference across the 4 ohm, V1 equal to I into R1. I we know that 0.06 and R1 is given 4. So in that way we can calculate the PD in the both resistors. Now PD across the cell, V1 plus V2 equal to whatever I got. Voltage drop, we know that I into small r, I is already got and small r is 1. So that is 0.06. In that way you can solve the maths. Okay, today is enough for your class. We will do the next chapter in the next class.